train yesterday. It was pouring down with rain, and this young lady gets on the train, and she stands next to me, and I turn around, and we have this moment where we both look at each other, and we connected. It kind of reminded me of that Baz Luhrmann, Leonardo DiCaprio, Claire Danes, Romeo and Juliet. You know, that star-crossed lovers scene. I think it was 96, the film. And they have this like mysterious connection. I just knew straight away. I was like, oh, hello. Spiritually, like, you know, like we're people that we could have known each other in past lives. We're people that you could see another familiar spirit, another soul, another empath, another chosen person, another favored one. And yeah, that's what that was. You could be like someone's older brother or sister even, because we may have been souls and gone around this cycle so many times in past lives. Maybe one time you were the opposite to what you were now. Maybe you were a guy before if you're a girl, or you were a girl before, and you've tried all things that are in the world, in the spiritual world as well. So yeah, that was interesting because that doesn't happen often, that kind of thing. And I could have said something to her and been like this Yoda and like scared, freaked her out and say, oh, but I just thought I'd just leave and just give her a nice smile. And then my stop came, turned away and got off. So more of how to avoid these narcissists, these psychopaths, these energy vampires. There was a comment this week by someone saying something about you tend to meet them, and there could be a number of reasons why you meet them. I mean, what I like to think about is talking about the energetics, and when you think about, we can only see something like 1% of reality, or our human spectrum is only 1%, which is the spectrum of light. So there's so much going on that we can't see, but we can feel a lot of things. So when you think about yourself, sometimes people say opposites attract, or when you're on the same vibration, you attract things. And there is a lot of truth in that. But when we're talking about these people, they tend to be like a fly to a flame, you being the flame. It's not like you're always in your lower self and then you meet them in their lower self and you connect. That can be the case sometimes as well. But a lot of the times they see this, you know, multicolored, bright, shining toy. They look at us like we're toys or tools to use, and then they're attracted to it, they're drawn to it. I've had so many incidents when I meet people for the first time or second time, and they're talking to me and I'm just having a conversation with them, and then within that conversation they would do an act or ask an invasive question, and I would just question, why is this person talking to me? Like, what is it about me that they're drawn to? Okay, I think I said it in the past video. You're literally walking down the street with people wearing capes and like spears and swords, and they're just like cutting the way for you to walk through. They're cutting away all these like demons and all these like serpents out of your path. You walk through, it's like a breeze walking through. That's what it looks like in the spiritual realm. So we always have to be aware of what the spiritual realm looks like. When you think about programs, you remember like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and things like that, and there was like Spike and Ophelia, I think she was my favorite. Those creatures exist. Reptiles and reptilian forms exist. Whether we can see them with our bare eyes or not, that's another thing. UFOs exist. Other other galaxy, you know, in the galaxy, other planets, Kepler, they exist. Whether you see it or not, that's a different thing. I also want to talk about some of the people. They sometimes tend to have this uniform eyes. Like sometimes you look at someone and the lights are on and literally nothing's home. And in the media, in fashion, in films, modeling, you see people who tend to have like clearish, lighter eyes with the border and the really small pupil, and we're made to think like this is an attractive, dangerous looking eyes. But if you look behind the veil, a lot of the times, a lot of psychopaths and narcissists have those type of eyes. Now, it's not an exact science, so you can say, oh, everyone who has these type of like fish eyes, you know, this kind of like shiny eyes with the really tiny pupil are a psychopath or narcissist. But trust and believe, watch the behavior of those type of people. A lot of the time, that eyes, it actually shows lack of depth. Like our eyes tend to be wide eyes, like our pupils tend to be a bit bigger, more radius, and we tend to have like more depth, more deepness of eyes, even if they're not like the prettiest colors, whereas they can tend to have the lighter eyes, lighter browns and blues and greens with the really small pupil, and you're tricked by the media. Oh, that's beautiful. Sometimes they're normal people, they're normies, even on our side, but a lot of the time they belong to narcissists. I wanted to say to get into the habit of validating your own existence and validating yourself. So what that means is just be comfortable, you know, in whatever it is that you choose to do, and you don't need anyone to tell you that you're great. I'll tell you, you're great. You're doing a good job at your job, and you end up someone coming to try to manipulate you or use you to get you to do their work. That's their issue. You don't have to validate you, even if nobody believes you and your boss doesn't believe you. Learn to start validating yourself and thinking, oh, God knows, I don't have to prove or explain myself. That they feed off this constant explaining. Don't get involved in their endless intrigues. Okay, I wanted to bring up two things also from the last video. The first, when I lost my train of thought, what I was trying to explain about stepping over, or the people that you find outside shops asking for money, is we don't have to describe them or be horrible to them or be rude to them and say, hey, you're homeless. It's understood. So in our case, it's understood that you are bright, you are loving, you are calm, you are peaceful, you're a good person, you're an empathic person. And because of that, these people tend to be attracted to you and want to destroy that. They want to put you down. They want to attack your self-esteem. They want you to not believe in yourself. They want to quiet you down. Yeah. If you were so bad, if you were so rubbish and the worst person in the world, they would ignore you. They wouldn't even get involved with you. It's understood. Like the person that they may see as homeless is understood. But because you're the opposite, and most of this game is an illusion, they have to make you believe that you're the dirt on their shoe, you're the bottom, you're the one. But actually, it's the reverse. They're projecting how they actually feel. That devaluing is actually how they speak to themselves. They feel like they're not worth anything. They feel like they're the dregs. And a lot of them who don't deal with their childish wounds, they are. It's not their fault or our fault how we were brought up, but it is our responsibility to heal. It is our responsibility to go within and try and fix those wounds and get better. And it's an ongoing process. It could be a lifetime improvement, but we can get there. And also just keep getting the knowledge, keep healing, and be the opposite of what you've come through. So you've come through a very toxic time, a very cloudy time. So now we want clarity, we want clairvoyance, we want things to be working in our favor, synchronicities. We want to increase our vibrations. We want to be smelling fresh nature smells. We want to be attracting positive people. We want to walk through the spiritual realm bright and attractive and beautiful as you are. you've spent the time building yourself back up. So let's not waste it. Let's put that love and attention and gratitude back into ourselves first, and then later on we can spread it and help to heal the world. Take care. Thank you for watching. Peace.